Here's a training video on how to reach out on LinkedIn using screen recordings. It's a very powerful way to reach out and to make a difference. So let's take a look at what this looks like in terms of the ability to do that. Okay, so let's take this young fella right here, Mr. Darius, the one of the founders of Dubb. What do we want to reach out to him? Okay, what will we do here? So screen recordings are a very powerful way to do this, and you have two choices here. Okay, number one is the Dubb Chrome extension, which is right up here at the top. You can see a little button up there. Google Dubb Chrome extension. It's a browser-based screen recorder. Take 3 steps to pin it up here in your browser, and then you have the ability to use it. So if I tap that little button up there, it's going to open up and it's going to put me directly on the screen. Now, some general best practices here when you're reaching out. Your webcam. How big do we want to make this thing? Well, we can go this. We don't want to cover the whole screen, right? If we're doing a screen recording, we don't want to go too big. So you can really do your custom size here. The other thing you want to think about is your shape. What do we want to be shaped in? Do we want phone shape? Do we want rectangle? Do we want square? Do we want circle? I always think it's kind of cool to match the aesthetics of the page. If it's more angular, maybe throw yourself in a more angular position. Darius is in a circle. I'm going to put myself in a circle. Then the last part, you want to think about placement. Where's a cool spot to put yourself, right? I could do an ellipse. I could start right here and then go like and do one of these. That would be kind of fun. But I'm going to put myself right next to his bubble. So I'm right up next to him. I could knock on his bubble if I wanted to. Okay. And then inside of here, you have options. I can zoom myself in for a tighter frame if I want. I can back myself up. I can move myself around inside here for whatever framing I would like. Technically, if I wanted to, I can go right over here and turn my camera off. If you ever wanted to walk through something with a screen recording and just have your voice, you don't have to be on camera. But when you're reaching out here on LinkedIn, definitely recommend it to be on camera. You also could technically use your headshot if you wanted to, but hey, why not be live? Make that really good impression. Now, you also have an annotation tool, which is right over here that we're going to use in a second to point things out. You also have the ability to use a teleprompter, which is right over here. So when you click over here, grab your teleprompter, all you need is a script saved into the Dubb platform, right? You can look it up here. You can control your speed right here between 1 and 10. You can hit your play button, see if you like the speed. If you're going too fast, going too slow. You can back the text up. You can zoom it in. And you also can physically move this around the screen wherever you'd like to place it. You also can technically grab the sides like this. So now something to remember with the Chrome extension, just in general, when you're using this here, you want to leave a little bit of space up here at the top. You never want to go full screen on your browser with the teleprompter because it will hide behind there. You might not be able to see it. So just leave a little bit of space, hit record, tap it forward, and you're able to use it. Now you also have 3 orientations to record with the Chrome extension. If I go camera right over here, it's going to open up like a webcam, nice and wide. If I go tab, it's going to be a nice clean cut of the page that I am on. So that's always a good option. I won't see any of the tab mess I have at the top. Now, if I do go screen over here, it will get my whole computer screen. The only reason I would want to do that, because this is browser based, is if I ever wanted to take someone on a tab journey. So if I said, "Hey Darius, listen, I want to show you this website over here," I can click on the tab above. It'll pop the circle over there, and you'll be able to do a little tab hopping if you want to do that. But for this example, I'm going to use tab only. So I'm going to put myself right next to Darius. Now we talked before about the hook, right? We talked about that additional hook on the whiteboard. So this is what you're going to do. This is pretty cool to add. I'm going to make myself bigger here so you can see this. Dubb mobile app, Dubb, Dubb app is what you want to get in your phone. There's a little whiteboard feature that sits right up there at the top, that little square with the person. If you select that, now you can type. So all you do is type your hook, type it, turn it, just like this. And now you have that nice additional hook right inside of here. So what I want to do is I'm going to come back here. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to reduce my size, right? Because we talked about we want to have a good size, probably about, let's go, probably about here. Right here, I got my additional hook we talked about. I'm going to hit record right over here to the right, start recording. I'm going to choose my tab. There it is. I'm going to click share and watch this. Hey, Darius, this is Rob. What's going on? Listen, I wanted to reach out to you because I found out that you were in technology. Hey, me too. I love tech. Let's have a chat. So what I did was I had my hook here. The first 3 seconds is the animated preview. I did a little turnaround, right? That's going to be the repeating thing he sees. And then I decided, you know what? I want to talk directly to you. Whenever you do screen recordings, it's nice to jump the full screen to make a point about something. And you can do that in a few ways, but you can just hover over your webcam with your mouse, double click it. It will bring you here. Double click the page to go right back to where you were. So it's a nice way to break the visuals, hammer home a point, and go right back to where you were. You also can freely scroll around, right? Maybe this is more your style. You want to, hey, Darius, I want to talk about these videos you made. You're moving around talking. You also can be a little more regimented. If you want to hit the pause button, hit the pause button. Stop the recording. Take a break for a second. Move yourself in a different spot. Click that same button below to resume. And then what you would do is you'd hit the check mark below, and this is going to save this video into the Dubb platform where you can edit it, you can share it, all kinds of options in there that we have for our training on that. Now, that is the Dubb, server. That is a Dubb Chrome extension, okay? Browser-based screen recorder to reach out on LinkedIn, which is great. Now, there's also another way that you can screen record, and that is with the Dubb desktop app. So just Google Dubb desktop app, download it from Mac or PC, and when you have the Dubb desktop app, you'll see a little D symbol at the top of the bottom on your computer, and you can select View Quick Menu, and this is the desktop app. So the desktop app version of this is pretty cool. So I'm going to hit Record Screen, and with the desktop app, you have this right over here. You have this little square right here. When this red line is in, you can record your whole screen. But when you get rid of the red line by clicking on it, now there's a drop down. See what it says custom right here? I'm going to select custom, and now whatever's inside these blue lines is going to be part of the recording. Okay. So let's just say I want to do this right here. I'm going to crop myself closer. I want to be even more specific. I'm going to put myself right here like this, hit record, and now this is going to be framed differently. I have my hook. Hey, Darius, what's going on? Listen, I want to reach out, my friend. I go into my thing, I'm doing my thing, hit check mark, and now look at the framing on this. Hey, Darius, what's going on? I'm much tighter in there. So if there's ever something on its profile that I really want to focus on, I have the ability to do that. And the cool thing about the desktop app is it records in clips. So you can put clips together, merge them into one video. Pretty powerful. But the whole point is, whenever you're reaching out on LinkedIn specifically, screen recorders are very powerful. So you want to be able to either do a tab only or use the Dubb desktop app to really crop it and get specific. And then once you have recorded this video, the last part of it is being able to send it. Okay. Now on LinkedIn, you always want to be a first connection. So just send someone a connection request. Most people connect. So once they're connected, then all you have to do is click the little message button right here at the bottom. Select that there. That's going to open up messaging. And then notice down here at the bottom, there's a little Dubb button right there. We have an integration with LinkedIn. So all you have to do is just click that little button, opens up the Chrome extension that we were just using, find the video you want, see me scrolling over to my bottom right, and then all you have to do is click insert, pops it in there. You could highlight this and change it to anything specific we talked about that's hook related, send it, and then Darius is going to see that nice animated preview sitting in his inbox, which is pretty awesome and totally stands out from the other copy and paste text stuff that's out there. So if you're reaching out on LinkedIn, Dubb Chrome extension browser-based screen recorder, Dubb desktop app, the bottom line is screen recorders on top of a profile being interesting, having a hook, sending it in a dynamic way, that is going to make the difference on LinkedIn. So that's what I would say in terms of that. So Jim, reaching out on LinkedIn, that's the way you want to go. Does that make sense, Jim? In terms of what I just saw, you can unmute if you want to, Jim. If you want to, I don't know if you're busy on your side, but I know we talked at the top. But that's something that you definitely want to do.